Hey guys, it's Miss Delito. Now we're going to take a look at writing and solving some inequalities. So first example, in 7 years, Ellie will be old enough to vote in the election. If you must be at least 18 years old to vote, how old is Ellie now? So I'm going to underline some of the key things that I see here. Specifically, I'm going to underline that she has to be at least 18 years old, that in 7 years she'll be old enough, and I want to know how old Ellie is now. I'm going to start by defining my variable because we have to understand what it is that we don't know and what we're trying to find. So in this case, I'm going to let x equal Ellie's age now. And now that we've defined our variable, we can start to write our inequality. The first thing that I want to think about is what inequality symbol am I going to use and what's going to give this away? So I see my keyword at least 18. So I know she's got to be 18 years or more. So she's going to be greater than or equal to 18. Well, now I have to think about what's going to make up that greater than or equal to 18. So we know it's Ellie's age now plus 7 has to be greater than or equal to 18. Now we can go through our process of solving. Subtract 7 from both sides. X is greater than or equal to 11. Now comes the tricky part. How do we answer the question? How old is Ellie now? Everybody wants to tell me that Ellie is 11 years old right now, but do we know that for sure? We really don't. All we know is that in 7 years, Ellie will be at least 18 years old. Ellie could be 15 right now. In 7 years, she will be at least 18 years old. Ellie could be 40 right now. In 7 years, she'll be 47. She's at least 18 years old. So when we answer our question, we want to go back and think about if you have to be at least 18 years old and 7 years, that means that right now Ellie is at least 11 years old. That does not mean that Ellie is 11 years old right now. So we want to be careful with how we word those answers. Now, of course, we want to go and graph our solution. So adding 3 values to the number line, we'll use 10, 11, and 12. Because 11 is a possible age for Ellie right now, I'm going to use a closed circle. And any of the ages that she can be have to be greater than 11, so my arrow is going to point to the right and all of the values that are greater than 11. So there are 4 things that we're looking for when we are asked to write and solve an inequality. 1 is the actual inequality with the correct symbol. 2 is the solution to the inequality. 3 is the answer to my question indicating what this symbol is saying to us. And 4 is the graph of our solution. Let's take a look at another example. So you will need to earn more than 860 points in math to earn an A this quarter. So far, you have earned 390 points. There are 5 weeks left in the quarter. How many points must you earn each week in math to get an A? So let's start by defining our variable. We need to figure out how many points must you earn. So I'm going to let P equal the number of points needed. Next, I want to think about what inequality symbol am I going to need to use here. So my keyword that I see is that we need to earn more than 860 points. More than means greater than, and it has to be greater than 860. We also know that so far we have earned 390 points, and there are 5 weeks left in the quarter. So we have 5 weeks to earn these points. So 5 weeks to earn points would be 5p plus the 390 points that we've already earned must be greater than 860. Now we can go and solve our inequality. We're going to subtract 390 from both sides. So 5p needs to be greater than 470. And we will divide both sides by 5. So P is greater than 94. So now we need to think about what this solution actually means. This solution means that in order to earn more than 860 points, I will need to earn, so you will need to earn, more than 94 points each week. It's very important for you to keep in mind what language in your word problem gave away what inequality symbol you chose to use, because that wording can really make or break your answer at the end. We can't say 94 points or more, because if you earned 94 points, you wouldn't have more than 860 points. You would have exactly 860 points. Now we need to graph our solution again. So we have 93, 94, and 95. Because 94 points is not included in the possible solutions or the possible number of points I can earn each week, I'm going to use an open circle at 94. And since I know that I have to earn more than 94 points each week, I'm going to draw my arrow pointing in the direction of all the values greater than 94. Hopefully this helped. I will see you guys tomorrow.